Nicholas II Alexandrovich, the last emperor of all the Russias, Tsar of Poland and Grand Duke of Finland of the Romanov dynasty, was born on May 19, 1868, in Tsarskoye, Selo. The reign of Nicholas II was marked by economic development in Russia and, simultaneously, the growth of socio-political contradictions and a revolutionary movement that culminated in the Revolution of 1905-1907, the February Revolution of 1917, and the October Revolution. When Nicholas II was still heir to the throne, at his father's behest, he traveled through the countries of the Far East. While visiting Japan, a hermit foretold Nicholas's future service to Russia. "You will offer a sacrifice for your entire people as a redeemer for their folly. I see tongues of fire above your head. This is a dedication from the Holy Spirit. I see countless lights in the altars before you, candles before the icons of the Holy Tsar Martyr Nicholas II. This is the fulfillment of prophecies. Here is the wisdom and mystery of the Creator."
Death and immortality, moment and eternity. The royal family was the ideal of Christian life. A better ideal than the royal family cannot be found. Because this is that rare case where an entire family, consisting of father, mother, and 5 children, is canonized. They lived in a very difficult era, a time of so many difficulties and contradictions. The members of the royal family are not just aristocrats, they are a spiritual aristocracy. Heaven is reflected in the eyes of the holy royal passion bearers, that by which they lived, that which is reflected in their image. The foundation of their family happiness was what in Orthodoxy is commonly known as chastity. Chastity is integrity, a wise approach to life, purity of soul and body, and a mind uncontaminated by passions. Thus, chastity is a holistic approach to life, where God is the apex of everything, and everything proceeds based on spirituality. We clearly see this chastity in the life of the royal family, which had a traditional patriarchal family structure.
What is a patriarchal family structure? When a man, the husband, and only he is at the head of the family. He is obedient to God and fulfills his commandments. Through this, grace flows to the head of the family. In Russia, chastity is at the core of the nation's cultural core. The Tsar and Tsarina were pious, deeply religious people. They lived according to God's plan, trying to treat each other and every other person with the utmost care, as if they were sacred. The Tsar and Tsarina strove to preserve this feeling, love, and moreover, they strove to cultivate it. From reading the letters and diary entries of the holy royal passion bearers, Tsarina Alexandra Feodorovna, who wholeheartedly embraced the Orthodox faith, wrote, "One must strive for salvation every day and hour. The emperor and empress strove for salvation, and they succeeded, as did all their children. Therefore, they were all canonized." Here, it is especially important to highlight the kind of father and mother the Tsar and Tsarina were. This is crucial for one simple reason. Nicholas II was a man who understood that he would have to answer to God for all his actions. Many surviving memoirs of the Tsar reveal that he was an amazing father. Of course, he was very busy at work, but he used the time he was allowed to spend with his family so wisely that he could be called a fatherly role model for everyone. In his memoirs, Pierre Gilliard, the Tsar's children's tutor and mentor, notes that the emperor was their children's father, sovereign, and companion. This was explained by the fact that ministers, clergy, and their mother, who was obedient to her husband, bowed their heads before the Tsar as sovereign. Regarding the Tsar's role as a father, it was said that he was a kind father, with an open heart that responded to both the joys and sorrows of his children. On the rare family evenings together, the Tsar personally read Russian classics to the children in a well-trained voice. Note this detail. He didn't just pick out the first book he came across. He carefully selected the books he would go out to the family with. This also demonstrates a caring attitude toward one's children, toward one's family, and an awareness of one's responsibility for raising children. We should learn this today from the Tsar's example. I'll also dwell on the royal family. It was through the Tsar, through their father, that the children learned to engage in physical labor. It is known that the Tsar was a very physically developed man, accustomed to work from childhood. He loved rowing. Therefore, in the royal family, sailors taught the children rowing and swimming, and they were responsible for maintaining order and cleanliness in the house and on the grounds. Tsarina Alexandra had a very wise mother. Pierre Gilliard, the Tsar's children's tutor, wrote, "She was gifted with the finest moral qualities and was always guided by the noblest motives. She was honest with herself, with people, and with God." She was an amazing mother, kind, very warm, responsible to the needs of her children. Everything in the royal family was remarkably natural and harmoniously. Alexandra Fyodorovna was a wonderful wife and mother. The four girls, four princesses, often signed their letters with a single name, composed of the first letters of their own names: Otma, Olga, Tatiana, Maria, Anastasia. There are recollections of how the Tsarina instructed her son. She said this: "There's no need to be proud of your position. Before God, everyone is equal." And this feeling that before God, everyone is equal is the most important thing in a person's upbringing. When the First World War began, Tsarina Alexandra went to work as a nurse in a hospital where soldiers and officers were stationed who did not spare their lives for God, the Tsar, and the fatherland. She went as a loving mother because, as she wrote immediately after her coronation, she felt that this was her wedding with Russia, that the Russian people had become her children. She worked in the operating room during the most complex operations. It is known that many soldiers and officers on the brink of death asked the Empress to simply sit with them, and her request was never refused. Their mother's actions became an example for the Grand Duchesses, who followed her lead. The oldest daughters, Olga and Tatiana, after completing nursing courses, also went to work in the hospital. The royal family can serve as an ideal for us, a Christian family. Holy royal martyrs, pray to God for us.